So this is lunch. This is pretty typical of me.
And insulin, unfortunately, hormones in the pregnancy block it from working.
The second baby name hint. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be really good for me to just do like a real life what I'm eating in a day vlog. Ever since I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes, I've been looking for a ton of these vlogs on YouTube and just information because I don't really know what I'm doing. It's just all very confusing to me and very frustrating. So I thought that, you know what, I'm confused, I'm learning, other people must feel the same way. So I just thought that I would just do like a vlog of my appointment and just me learning how to navigate the rest of my pregnancy. I'll probably share like things that I'm eating and vlogs. I don't know if I'm gonna do like what I eat in a day with gestational diabetes or like a foodie Friday. Let me know down below what I should like call these vlogs when I show y'all what I'm eating. I've already made a few changes, just little changes here and there. Even though I haven't spoken to my dietitian, I just am more conscious about sugar and carbs in what I'm consuming. So for my morning coffee, I just wanted to kind of show you what I've been doing. So I've been putting this almond milk in my coffee. It's mostly this almond milk because it has 0 sugar. It's not sweetened. And then I've been using this creamer because it has 2 grams of sugar and 3 carbs for 1 tablespoon, I think. And this one has 4 grams of sugar and 3 carbs. No, 4 grams of sugar and 4 carbs for a tablespoon. So it's double the amount of this one. And I used to use this one every single morning. So just little switches like that is what I've been doing until I get my blood sugar monitored and know what the heck I'm supposed to do. Cheers! Breakfast is where I've really been struggling over the past 2 days since they told me I was gestationally diabetic. So today I'm having fruit. This is difficult for me because I know fruit has sugar. I don't know how much I can eat. But like I said, when I talk to the dietitian, it'll clear a lot of things up. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and have 2 tamales, not the healthiest, very high in fat. I'm just trying to figure out breakfast. So that's my breakfast this morning. So I had breakfast. Breakfast is always a little hard for me. I am making a few changes here and there. I think my biggest struggle is going to be fruit. And I know I can still have fruit, but I just need to know the amount of fruit that I'm allowed to have without my blood sugar going crazy or my body not being able to metabolize my blood sugar. So the meeting with the dietitian will really clear that up for me. So it is actually now lunchtime. It's been like a few hours. It's 12:15 right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm having for lunch. I also need to get on my laptop and make sure that the video thing for my doctor for my virtual appointment is working before the actual appointment starts. So this is lunch. This is pretty typical of me. I always have grilled chicken in the fridge just because it's easy to like get out and eat and get some protein. I put a little bit of rice in here, which I know I need to be watching my carbs. Like I said, I'm not changing too much right now because I don't know what to change. Haven't had my meeting yet. And then I just have a lot of roasted veggies that I usually will do on a sheet pan and then have some in the fridge as well. So it's chicken, veggies, and then a little bit of rice. And then I just have this salad on the side. So this is a very typical meal for me. I need to eat, but I also need to, look at this bump, guys, look at this bump. I need to eat, but I also need to try to log on to this virtual appointment thing. I just wanna make sure it works well before it's time for my appointment. Oh, I need a knife for my chicken. And I just drink water all day long. I'm not like really into anything besides water because I'm a good water drinker like before pregnancy, but I feel like since I've been pregnant, I'm just so darn thirsty all the time. And I say like I have no symptoms of gestational diabetes, but if you look online, extreme thirst actually is a symptom of it. But I think this whole time I've just kind of like chalked it up as like a pregnancy thing, because you can be just like really thirsty in your pregnancy. It's definitely like a pregnancy thing, but it can also mean gestational diabetes, but.
Dinner's practitioner, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And about 70% of them can just do diet and exercise.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Have you been checking your sugars yet?
No, I don't know how to do any of that.
No worries. You're going to start checking your sugar 4 times a day, which sounds like a lot, but you kind of get into the swing of it. And what you'll do is right when you wake up in the morning, before you eat or drink anything, you'll check your sugar. And then for after you eat, what you'll do is you'll check 2 hours after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you have snacks in between, you don't have to check them. Because we should be having a snack that's smaller than a meal. So the good thing is you had 2 out of the 4 that were high, and your fasting was very normal, which is encouraging because that's usually the number that gets people on medication. Your fasting was 73, which is very normal. And so we do see that in patients that don't normally eat a heavy carb diet, that when we give them 100 grams of carbs on an empty stomach, their body doesn't have that insulin to lower it back down. In your case, your body caught on towards the end, so that 3 hour was normal. So that was 100 grams of sugar on an empty stomach. So we're going to limit that to 30 to 45 grams per meal. So what diabetes is that in general, when you eat, you break everything down into glucose, and that's what you're checking when you're checking your sugar. That's what your body uses for energy, and it stores it as fat, but it can't use it until it binds to a hormone called insulin. And insulin, unfortunately, hormones in the pregnancy block it from working. So your body's still releasing the insulin, but it's not working as well because those hormones of the pregnancy. You also need 3 times as much insulin while you're pregnant. So if diabetes runs in your family, sometimes you don't produce enough during pregnancy either. So theoretically, after delivery, those hormones go away, your insulin needs go down, you don't have diabetes anymore. In regards to baby, so if you think about if your blood sugar is high, then all that sugar is going to go to the baby. The sugar crosses the placenta very easily, so if the baby's getting all that sugar, then the baby will produce lots of insulin and just store all that sugar as fat. And so that's how babies tend to be a little bit on the larger side. The sugar can also cause the placenta not to work as well and age a little quicker. So sometimes we see babies are smaller, and it looks like your last ultrasound we did in October, the baby was a very normal size. So that's encouraging too. Now, the babies of diabetic moms do tend to have a harder time with their blood sugar after delivery. So they'll do a little heel stick on the baby at least 3 times after delivery, which is a little sad, but most babies do really well. So breastfeeding, skin to skin, all those things have been shown to help that transition for babies. The overall main risk for the baby is if your sugars are wildly uncontrolled. So if they're, majority are elevated and we're just not controlled at all, that does increase your risk of stillbirth by about 3 times of the average person. So that's why we always want to make sure those 4 times a day are really important to check, so that if you are 50% elevated, that's when we would initiate medication or go up on the medication.
Is there, I'm just wondering on the opposite spectrum of that, what if after seeing, because I eat the same things all the time, I have like some digestive issues, so I'm already gluten-free and dairy-free and all that jazz. So what if whenever I'm monitoring 4 times a day, we see that with my normal everyday food that it's fine? Will I have to monitor till the end regardless, or?
That's a good question. So in certain patients who just have excellent control, sometimes we drop them to twice a day throughout the whole pregnancy. But the issue is that as you progress in the pregnancy, you produce more and more hormone, which is blocking more and more insulin. So we tend to see those numbers slightly go up as you progress. So someone that's really well controlled at 30 weeks may not be at 36. Does that make sense? So if you eat half an apple, it's actually going to be higher than if you have half an apple with peanut butter.
That's, never knew that. That's cool.
And then what do you usually have for lunches, would you say, and dinners?
So I always keep like grilled chicken or like sheet pan vegetables from the oven, and then I always do a carb, and it's usually like rice or couscous or whatever's gluten-free. I do sweet potatoes a lot.
Yeah.
But I can't really do like processed carbs because of the gluten thing. So I just try to do like grilled chicken, veggie, and a carb. So
Okay.
should dinner like just strictly be my last meal, or should I have a snack before bed? We eat dinner pretty early. So I don't know if like the snack before bed would be good for my blood sugar in the morning or not good. I don't know.
We actually recommend having a snack before you go to sleep.
Okay.
We just want it to be higher in protein. So in your case, you could do more nuts or, you know, maybe a few peanut butter crackers or something like that.
Okay.
Because we like your fasting to be about 8 to 10 hours of fasting. So certain people that eat dinner at 6 and then don't check till 8 a.m., that's 14 hours, which is quite a long time.
Yeah.
So what happens is overnight, your body still needs sugar, so it's still going to make it to get you through that point. But once it makes it, it can't lower it back down. So your fasting actually tends to be higher if you're fasting for longer.
Okay, I'm glad I asked that, because that's typically like we'll have dinner at like 6:30, and then I don't eat breakfast till like 8:30 or 9. So
yeah, and that's okay. So you just want to do like, even if it's you know, I used to do a cheese stick or, you know, something similar, just small right before you go to bed. So if everything looks normal with the baby, you're doing well. In your case, we still might consider delivery at 39 to 40 weeks. If you need medication, then definitely 39 weeks. You need medication and you're not well controlled, and we just can't get you well controlled, then we tend to deliver at 37 to 38 weeks. But the majority of people can go 39 to 40.
Okay, good. That was my question too.
And actually breastfeeding has been shown to help in your blood sugar, because you're using those calories to help produce the milk.
Okay, cool. So at my appointment Monday, are y'all gonna like just measure him and make sure that he's like a good size, or?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do a growth ultrasound to check for weight.
Okay.
And then we'll also do what's called a biophysical profile, where we check for fetal well-being. So we check for practice breathing, big and small movements. And then usually they'll get an 8 out of 8, which is a perfect score.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, that's it.
So it's a pleasure to meet you. Congratulations again.
Alrighty, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay guys, so as you saw, I had my meeting with the dietitian. I guess it went well. Good news is I'm basically just monitoring it. It seemed like what my current diet is gonna be just fine. But I have to monitor my blood sugar regardless. It's very frustrating. I know that my body just probably was not used to all the carbs and sugar in the glucose drink, and that's what happened. And now I'm having to pay the consequences for it. I mean, that's what I gathered. So it really sucks. It really, really sucks, but I have to do what I have to do. It just really sucks. Anyways, I just had a snack, so I wanted to go ahead and show you. I should have showed you before when it was all beautiful, but I just had half a grapefruit, and I asked Alexa in my kitchen how much sugar is in it, and since I had half, I think it was only like 9 grams of sugar, which is fine for a snack. So I went ahead and had that for my snack. They are calling in my glucose monitor to Walgreens, so hopefully I'll be able to pick that up today, maybe tomorrow. I guess just to know that nothing's urgent or nothing has to change. I just need to monitor myself is a relief, but at the same time, I'm like, why? So since you saw my snack, I haven't eaten anything. I've been like editing videos, getting stuff done. Matt's home. We're gonna go ahead and eat dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you dinner. And then I don't know if you heard in my meeting that I had that I do have to have a snack. Now, because me going from dinner to breakfast is fasting for too long and can have negative effects on my blood sugar, so I'm gonna be showing you what I end up having for snack, but this is dinner. It's actually the same thing that I had for lunch because I had a lot left over and like already prepped. This time I just like chopped everything up and made a little bowl. So it's the grilled chicken I had, it's the roasted veggies from the oven that I made, and then half a cup of rice. And then I actually put hot sauce in it this time. Okay, so I just got my hoodie on. Hello. Oh, you smell good. I think it's your hoodie. We are going for a walk because, just a little tip, if you go for a walk after dinner, it just helps you like metabolize your food and metabolize those sugars a little better versus like sitting on the couch or going straight to bed. So I've been going for walks after dinner every night, and Matt's been going with me because it gets dark so early. So we're gonna do our little walk and I'll check in when we get back. So here was my snack. I just had 2 tablespoons of this peanut butter. I had this Skinny Pop, and then I had some Grillo's pickles. Father-in-law actually bought me these, and they are the best pickles I have ever had. Get some at Costco, but I'm pretty sure they're at Walmart too. Hello. So not only did I forget to end the vlog because I had my snack and I went to sleep, I also forgot to give you the second baby name hint. If you want to know what the first baby name hint was, it's in my last video, so make sure you go back, figure out what the first one was, because if I give you the second one, it's not going to be very helpful if you don't know what the first one was. So the second Bitty Burr baby name hint is that it has 4 letters in it. So Baby Burr's name has 4 letters in it. Not 8. 4.
Before I'm too invested